Our meeting chair is just having some technical difficulties, so apologize for the delay.
Apologies, everyone. For some reason, it wouldn't let me log in. Okay. Okay, thanks for your patience. So the time is now 11 past 10 a.m. and we'll get started. First of all, do I have any disclosures of interest? Okay, seeing none. Moving on to introduction of new business. Do we have any new business today? Seeing none, we'll move on to the minutes of the December 15th public committee meeting. Can I get a mover to accept those minutes? Moved by Chair Sakara, seconded by Mayor Holder. All in favor? Great, Maureen, I can't see you, but I'm going to assume that that was a yes as well. And it's carried. Okay, just a quick update from the in-camera meeting. Just so everyone's aware of what we're talking about in camera, those issues that we can't discuss in public, of course. So we're going through some updates in terms of any legal matters. We also were discussing a couple of contracts and secondments and memorandums of understanding. So those were everything that reviewed in the in-camera session. and just some general conversations just privately with the chief about the stay-at-home orders as well, just getting some updates around that. So that is an update from the in-camera session that we were in right before this. Just really quickly, I just wanted to mention that feel-good story. It was Constables Darch, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name, and Constable Sims. There was an excellent story in the Free Press about impromptu hockey game, and I believe the constable stopped by later and delivered some new hockey sticks to some kids out in the East End, and just a fantastic story. I would love seeing those kinds of stories. So just a quick kudos to those constables. I'm sure right now kids are really going stir crazy, so that kind of story is important. I think that's part of that trust that we keep talking about. Now, moving on in terms of the advisory panel. Chair Segura, do you want to step in and just give us an update of where we are in terms of recruiting advisory panel members?
Yes, sure. Thanks, Committee Chair. So as of Monday, January 18th, there's 160 people who attempted to complete an application, 26 people who submitted applications. And so the number of completed applications is still lower than we had anticipated. In order to generate and continue to generate interest, we have issued a media release a few days ago. Just as a reminder to the community, we did pick up some coverage from media about that call. We will continue to accept applications until the end of January, but we would ask that others please continue to spread word about this opportunity for community members to join the board, as well as members of LPS as we work towards co-designing policy-based solutions in both these areas.
Did you want the board, would it be helpful for you for the board to discuss some strategies, or is this just another public call out, or does anyone have any suggestions how we might encourage people to apply?
So I would definitely welcome suggestions from committee members as well as LPS, and there's others who are listening. They can contact us if there's suggestions of how to get the word out. One of the technical issues that we faced is that there is a large number of people clicking, but not everybody is completing the application. So the only other thing I think we need to make sure the public is aware of is there may be people who have learning difficulties or challenges in terms of being able to utilize technology to submit. If anybody has any of those difficulties, we would still welcome their application because we want to be as inclusive as possible. And so don't hesitate to contact us and we can find another way to make sure that you can put your name forward.
Thank you, Chair. Sorry, I know we lost Maureen for a second there. Maureen, just to let you know, we're discussing any strategies that people might have in terms of recruiting advisory panel members. We've had lots of people entering into the application process, but not actually completing the application. So anybody else have any suggestions, not just board members, anybody, admin, LPS, would welcome that now, or we can keep thinking about it. Chief Williams?
So I had forwarded some names to the chair and the rest of the board about a week or so ago with some names of our LPS representatives, and I can certainly have some of those members who are connected in the community to reach out to their connections as well. We've actually already gave them a nudge on that, but I can continue to do that if that helps.
Yeah, and deputy chiefs as well, or I know we have Mr. Robson here as well. Anybody who has some names that they think that would be good for the advisory panels, either one, the mental health or anti-racism, I think that'd be excellent. Mayor Holder, I saw your hand up.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I think there's two considerations primarily associated with a downturn in not interest but applications. I think COVID has its own way of dealing with things, and I think there are stressors associated with that. My second comment, we saw in a committee just yesterday that a request was actually a BIA that ask that we change its terms of reference to not make mandatory the number of board members, because they're having difficulty, particularly through COVID, to register. So rather, what they wanted was a range. So as opposed to having an absolute X number of individuals, to have a range of something less than that up to X. And I'm not sure if that isn't a trend to some degree as well. I think volunteerism generally in this community is high. And as much for specific events as opposed to those things that are time involved. And yet I think Councillor Cassidy agree when we have the library board single position, we have 20 plus people applying for it. It's crazy. And so so it seems to me that now COVID has really fixated people on different priorities. So I agree with the outreach you're trying to do, and I wish us all well in the process. I think it's important. I will remind you though that even with things like the library, like there's no pay at all, yet they're parking for a meeting paid is all, and yet there are some compensation associated with what you're suggesting. Let's hope that's not the incentive, financial piece, but let's hope that people participate, because there's a great need out there for us to better understand. So certainly agree with you more involved, whichever source that. Sure.
Thank you, Mayor. Any other comments or suggestions? Seeing none, I don't think we need a motion. Or perhaps do we need a motion to receive, Jennifer? We can do, okay. Can I get a mover to receive this, we'll call it a report from Dr. Sequeira? Moved by the mayor, seconded by, we'll say Javid. All in favor? Excellent, and that is carried. That's really all we have. We don't have any new business. So that was really all we had for the public portion of the governance committee. So if I can just get a motion to adjourn. Moved by Chair Sequeira, seconded by the mayor. I think Maureen has been having some technical issues. Okay, that's it. Oh, well, all in favor of the adjournment? Need I ask? Excellent, that's carried. So that's it. So everybody, you can join us on Thursday, and I will see you then. Thanks, everybody.